welcome back to my channel. We're here today with our first album of 2024, FKA Twigs' Eusexua. We heard Eusexua in this channel, we watched the video, we also listened to Perfect Stranger. She released something after that, I think it was Drums of Death. I chose not to listen to it because I was waiting for the album, and I'm glad I did because it only has 11 songs. So let's jump straight into it. Eusexua featured in our favorite songs of 2024. So let's see if something's going to be able to make it to our year-end list this year as well. So track number 1, Eusexua.
Was on the edge of something greater than before, but nobody told me.
I may have been unfair, and maybe I should have ranked it a bit higher in my year-end list now that I'm thinking about it. Well, I believe I said what I had to say about the song when I heard my reaction. I'll link it in the description, just as to my reaction to Perfect Stranger. So track number 2, Girl Feels Good. Wow. What is that production? Wait! Is this like a... This is straight out of Ray of Light, and you cannot tell me otherwise. Did William Orbit worked on this song at all? No, and none of the producers. She produced this song. No one can tell me this is not straight out of Ray of Light.
Don't wanna fall asleep. touch you. My sweet delight. A man that doesn't know his mind. It's okay, baby, take your time. Whatever make it, let's enjoy it. When it could be, when it could be good, you know. When it could be good, you know. When it could be good, it needs to be proud. When it could be good, you know.
Oh, the production's so good. It's only January 25th. What do you mean we already having one of the best of the year? She did not come to play. This, I mean, as I said, very, very, very reminiscent of Girl Feels Good. It's kind of like the new Candy Perfume Girl, which is one of my favorite songs in Ray of Light. But Ray of Light is, you don't understand. Ray of Light is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's the my second favorite Madonna album after Confessions on a Dance Floor. I do believe it's better than Confessions on a Dance Floor. I just like Confessions on a Dance Floor more. And this is so reminiscent of it, yet it has some originality as well. It's straight out of Ray of Light, but it's also unique enough that it doesn't feel copy-pasted. It feels original, yet it feels fresh, yet from back then. Love it. Track number 3, one we heard, one we love, one I'll link my reaction in the description. Perfect Stranger.
I don't know the name of the town you're from. It's not some of the school you failed. I don't know and I don't care. I don't know the food that's your favorite now. I love the baby. You're a perfect stranger.
Perfect. Now on to the song she dropped. I decided not to listen to, Drums of Death. Wait, is it? Yes, it is. It's the song that played in Eusexua that I was like, when are you going to release this one? It's this one, Drums of Death. Wow, that makes so much sense, doesn't it?
Feel Baby girl, do just what you want. Hello, what you like? Do you wanna make it up? Fascination like, 'cause you want so much. Hello, what you like? And you might be character. I'm here anytime. You can call me up.
Diva doll what? Serve violence, but she said something before. Crush the system, diva doll, serve cunt, serve violence. Cannot help but feel like this could have been the first song in the album, because I feel like that's kind of going to be the main line throughout it. Serve cunt, serve violence, crush the system, diva doll. I'm here for it. I'm here for all four things. All four things at the same time. Why not? Track number 5, Room of Fools. I just know that's going to be crazy with earphones. I just know. Oh God, got me emotional. From the top, please. The way she plays with her voice. Damn, that production is so good. Ah, you have vocals as well. I like that kind of pull. Interesting. Well, this song was very upbeat. It was very reminiscent of, I wouldn't even say late 90s, but 90s slash early 2000s. Would I go as far as to say Eurodance? I might. I'll just stick to dance, electronic music from that general era, which was basically, the height of dance music in terms of commercial and even critical, I would say, reception. I will say the vocals, they're serving the cunt and the violence that she said she would in Drums of Death. I particularly love her pulls, when she goes, "It feels nice," and she pulls everything up with her voice, and then the production just keeps going non-stop. It's very relentless, and I think that's interesting because you don't have much contrast in the production, unlike what you have in Drums of Death or Eusexua, for instance, that the production is very progressive. What you do have is contrast in her vocals. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower, and as I said, those first 15, I think it was 15 seconds, one of the best intros of the year. And I mean, it, as I said, only the 25th, but I don't think it's going to be hard to top that intro, to be honest. It's going to be hard to top that intro. People with albums to come this year, they have a big responsibility. Now, track number 6, Sticky.
I'm tired of messing up my life with overcomplicated romance and sticky situations. I tried. Come on, say something nice to
I understand why it was only 2 minutes and 57 seconds, but I wish it was a little longer so we could develop more these crazy ideas and experiments that she was doing with the production in this one. I will say I wasn't the hugest fan of the beginning, but then we switched and I was captivated, and then we switched again and I was intrigued, and that's why I wish it was a little longer, because I was formulating hypotheses of what this was about, and then just ended like that, very abruptly, which again I understand as, an intentional creative choice, but a part of me wishes it was a little longer. And I'm not one to complain about songs being too short. I usually say the opposite. I usually prefer songs to be shorter, especially because most artists don't know how to manage long songs. I think FKA Twigs does. I mean, Eusexua is 4 minutes and 23 seconds, and she knows how to manage that very well. So, well, I don't want to say anything, but we are 6 songs in, and I have added 6 songs to my library. So, is it going to be one of those? We have very few of those in the channel, actually. I should make a list. I should make a playlist. No, not a playlist, because that's a bad thing. But a list of all the albums I heard in this channel that had all songs added to my library. If I recall correctly, only Let's Get To It and Kylie by Kylie Minogue would be actually in this list. There were albums that got very close to it. I think Emancipation of Mimi, I only didn't add 2 songs. I know Tension, I only didn't add 1 song. Daydream, oh well, my reaction to Daydream, I didn't add a couple more songs than I like nowadays. Nowadays I only don't like 1 song in Daydream. But you know, when we get to the middle of an album and we've liked everything, it's always a time for me to be looking forward to the rest of the album, because you know, let's go there. Track number 7, Keep It, Hold It.
Sometimes I wanna turn the other way. Sometimes I feel so empty. What have I gotta say? Just keep it moving, hold it close. What have I gotta do? Just keep it softly, hold it close. What have I gotta do? Just keep on, just keep it holding, just keep it holding, yeah. Let's be the queen of anything. They say I mess up way more than I do. I often look at when things go escape. To be safe.
Why is it Oriental? Ooh.
I bet that people gotta feel this way. What have I gotta do? Just keep it rolling, hold it close. What have I gotta say? Just keep it rolling,
The production is very soft.
what have I gotta do? Just keep it softly, what I gotta do? Sometimes I feel like I'm not even trying. Sometimes I feel miles away.
Out of nowhere? Just like that? Damn, this album is really, really good. Ooh. Ooh. such a journey through space and time. Keep it, hold it. Oh, that's one of the most interesting songs in the album, to be sure. And I mean, this hasn't exactly been a boring album. Like, FKA Twigs' voice is one of the most interesting in music right now. Not just pop music, or however you want to call this album. To me, this is a pop album. It's just one of the most interesting albums, albums as well, but one of the most interesting voices in music as a whole. The way she managed to play with her voice, I think that first caught my mind. Well, Eusexua is a good example of it, but it first managed to really catch me in Room of Fools, and now in Keep It Hold It. She manages to treat it like an instrument. Remember when in Room of Fools I said the production provided no contrast, but her voice did the job? Here, the production does have contrast, and so does her voice. And the production in this song is so interesting. I got a lot of... I don't mean to use this as an umbrella term, but it kind of is. I mean, I would say specifically Chinese music, because I used to watch a lot of cartoons when I was a child, and one of them was set in China, and the music was very similar to this one. Then again, I don't know how, accurate to Chinese music that was, or if it was just a nova simplification, I would say, of Oriental music, if there is such a thing as this one. Yet this song is clearly trying to emulate that general area of Earth, Korea, China, and Japan. So yeah, I don't want to get too specific so as to not make any mistakes and say, oh, this sounds like Chinese music, when in fact it's Japanese. But I also want to, clarify my position before I say, oh, this sounds Oriental, because as I am aware, Oriental is as problematic as a term as Latino. It's not a monolith. Yet the sounds from the general region of the globe, and I think it's super interesting that she decided to emulate that in this song, because I keep drawing lots of comparisons with Ray of Light, and Ray of Light has, I wouldn't say in the music, although you have Shanti Ashtangi, but that's from India. She sings it in Sanskrit, not China or Japan, but in the visual elements of Ray of Light, and then later on in music as well, Madonna used a lot of imagery from that region. She wears a kimono in the video for Nothing Really Matters, and in the video for Paradise Not For Me, which is music, she is using makeup the way a geisha would. So again, I don't want to compare Eusexua and Ray of Light too much, but as far as sound goes, especially because vocally they are very different albums, Madonna is a very different vocal artist in comparison to FKA Twigs. So I don't want to get into the merit of these discussions, but production wise they sound very similar, and I have a feeling I'm not the first person who's gonna speak about it, but as a huge fan of Madonna's ever since I was like 8 or 9 and watched 4 Minutes in television, I feel like I got enough background on her to make these comparisons a bit with some, more property, because it's a huge part of me as a music fan. So yeah, I think it's interesting that FKA Twigs decided to emulate those sounds, because Madonna tried to emulate that image in Ray of Light, and music as well. So yeah, curious. It's rather curious indeed. Track number 8, Childlike Things featuring Northwest. That's Kim Kardashian's daughter, right? I just don't know if that's the one who tried to sing I Can't Wait to Be King and it became a joke in the internet, or if that was Chicago West, because there are 2 children, right? They are both something West, because they're children of Kanye West as well. So yeah, I don't know. I will not be able to tell you. It's not my, I don't keep up with the Kardashians. So yeah, Let's go. Nice. Was I onto something when I said that about keep it hold it? Listen, I don't speak any non-European language, to be honest. But anyone knows that konnichiwa is Japanese. Was I onto something when I said that about keep it hold it? My God. Okay, I'm gonna add this to my library as well. 8 out of 8. In terms of its compositional elements, it was definitely the most basic song in the album. I think right alongside Perfect Stranger, I would even say Perfect Stranger was a bit more complex than that. Its melodies are rather simple, its production is rather simple. It doesn't provide any, you know, shocks, plot twists, sound twists, I would say. Although you could argue that music has a plot, but that's another conversation. And when it started, I almost said, wow, this sounds rather childish. Then I remember the title, and it's Childlike Thing. So I think all of these aspects are forgiven for the sake of its narrative. The song is called Childlike Things. So yeah, I would say that it makes sense that the production is the most basic, the melodies are the most basic, the lyrics are not the most complex. Again, I don't speak Japanese, maybe the Japanese part has something to offer, but I only understood Konnichiwa and Tokyo, so I don't know. And yeah, makes sense that everything here sounds the most basic in the album, because the song is called Childlike Things. You don't really expect a child, and it features a child actually, so you don't really expect that to be the most complex thing to ever touch the surface of the earth. So yeah, track number 9, Striptease. I like that title.
I wanna show you I've got a birthmark on my mind. I think you like it. Watch me smile, and just to show that you lies is on me. Alright, you wanna read my every line, and I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm afraid the title is just about the only thing I like in this song. Yeah, this one really kind of threw me off the album. I don't know, it doesn't feel like it belongs sonically. I don't know. She did some things with her voice that I liked, and the production as well, at around the 3rd minute, but then... yeah, I'm afraid this is the first one I'm not gonna add to my library. What a shame, we had been having a good run. Yeah. I don't know, something about striptease didn't do it for me. Track number 10, 24-Hour Dog. Still have a minute and a half.
Please don't call my name when I submit to you this way. I'm a dog
Okay, I like this one. I like it better than Striptease, but it doesn't quite reach the heights of the first 8 tracks, especially the first 7 tracks. It's much slower and it doesn't really provide any upgrades into something more than its low parts. Like, Eusexua is kind of slow, honestly, but it upgrades as it goes, it progresses, it goes to places. Striptease went nowhere and 24-Hour Dog went somewhere, but it's much more, how shall I put it, calm. Not even sure if calm is the right word. Frigid? almost, although that sounds very negative. Yeah, they are more frigid songs, which is strange when you have a song titled Striptease. But yeah, it's frigid. It's very controlled. It's very supervised. I like them a little more messy. That's what I like. So yeah. Track number 11 won the last song in the album.
By the way, the film was crazy. I make it just the same, but with all the lyrics gone. I get violent in a rage when I'm sad alone. I criticize the world when I'm sad at home. In bed, no makeup on my face, filter covered up my lows. If I don't wake up Monday morning, I'll make it up to your face. If I don't wake up Monday morning, I'll make it up to your baby. See me when I'm here, but I'm lost in the pure wanderlust. Watch I'll get violent in a rage when I'm sad alone. I criticize the world when I'm sad at home. In bed, if I don't wake up in the morning, I'll make it up to your bed. If I don't wake up in the morning, I'll make it up to your bed. See me when I'm here, but I'm lost in the pure wanderlust. It's alright to be the light, to cross the sea, to wanna ride with high tides. You've one life to live, do it freely. It's your choice to break off, believe me. I'll be in my head if you need me. Right there if you need me. See
Yeah, okay, so first about Wanderlust, then about the album. I think it's interesting that she said in the beginning of the song that she's gonna make the same album again but without the lyrics. And it's kind of ironic because this song is, not only is it the most song-like song, I mean it has the most lyrics, like I can hear her from the beginning to the ending. I hear her voice and she's actually singing something. No, she's singing lyrics. She has lyrics, she has things to say in this song. Not that she doesn't have things to say in other songs, she does, but all of them have intros, outros, production moments. This one, it's just very packed with information. And not only does it have a lot of lyrics, like there are a lot of words, but she talks about a lot of actual deep shit that relate to her personal life. She talks about, albums due, so that's, things that likely her label pushes her to do. And she also talks about the experience of doing The Crow. She says something, let's go to the beginning. She says something about the film.
by the way, the film was crazy. I hate the cause, the aesthetic's crazy.
Yeah, see, the film was crazy, I hate the cast, and the aesthetic's crazy. She was with Bill Skarsgård, right? Yeah. The film was very poorly received. It bombed at the box office. She's nominated for a Razzie for Worst Supporting Actress. So that must have been a rather traumatic experience for her, because I didn't watch the film, but based on the Eusexua music video, I would not say that FKA Twigs is a bad actress. It's definitely, something bigger than that. It's not just her, because you know I hate the cast, so she didn't have any chemistry with the people there. There might have been issues with the screenplay, with the direction as well. I mean, it was nominated for what's that weird category at the Razzies, like worst sequel, remake, or something like that. I think it's in this case The Crow is a remake. So yeah, she talked about that. She talked about the album issue. So this is definitely not a song without lyrics, which makes me believe that she's not referring to Eusexua the album, because the album has lyrics. She sings about shit in this album. She sings about love, about sex, about feeling, about emotion. So she might be referring to either an effort she scrapped or about an album that's upcoming. Maybe her next album will focus more on production. This album was very production oriented, but I think it kind of shifted in the last 3 songs, and again, especially in One the Last. Or maybe she's not even talking about real things. She created a character here, and that's what she's singing about. She's singing about the character that she just created, maybe in this album, maybe in just this song. So yeah, about the album, about Eusexua as a whole, I said in 24 Hour Dog that it sounded too controlled, sounded too frigid, and I think that kind of sums up the last 3 songs in the album very well. It was very chaotic, it was very messy, up until track 7. I like track 8, but I know in retrospect I understand that track 8 was the beginning of this, you know, control. And then as the album progressed, as we got more songs, it got crazier and crazier, and then around track 8 she began to kind of take control of things, trying to, you know, maybe fit the songs into a mode that I don't think benefit the songs. I don't think benefits the voice. I don't think benefits her as an artist, and I don't think benefited Eusexua as a whole. Eusexua, Girl Feels Good, Perfect Stranger, Drums of Death, Room of Fools, Sticky, Keep It Hold It, and Childlike Things. First 8 tracks out of this 11 song album were added to my library. First 8 tracks are great. They range from great to amazing to, you know, stellar, perfect, immaculate. Give it the biggest adjective you can think, okay? Then the last 3 songs, it's not that they are bad, they are not, but they don't reach the heights that you have in the rest of the album. They sound too controlled, too clean, too pristine, too tidy. And I can't help but feel like, you know, should have been the mess and chaos that the rest of the album was. I'm not trying to hinder her creative control, I am just offering my opinion. You know, my opinion based on what I felt throughout the album was that the first 8 songs are, you know, top of the top. The last 3, too refined, too polished, too controlled. Should have been a little more crazy. So yeah, that was it for today, you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. If you've got any other requests, please tell me. I'll be more than free to react to them, as I always am. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.